Country, US 105, Wes Adams in studio with photographer Joe Olivares today. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, guys. Thank y'all for having me.
Oh, we are thrilled to have you. Everybody talking about the pictures that you have taken online and submitted to Friday Night Football magazine, and now the accolades that you have won for your hard work, sir.
Absolutely. Well, you know, it was a community-wide endeavor. Everybody pitched in and got the word out and got the votes in to get me nominated for Photographer of the Year. That was a community-wide effort there.
I can't tell you how excited people were. We shared some of those pictures on social media and on our website, and we got to talking about it on the afternoon show here, and I told folks, you've got to check out the Showdown at Sundown photo and the submission for Friday Night Football magazine. I saw the reaction on the page just skyrocket for a couple of days, and then it came that you had been named Photographer of the Year.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy there. When I first got the invite to submit a photo for that contest, it was pretty special right there in itself. But then once the word got out, and I put it actually on my Facebook page, on Joe Olivares Photography on Facebook, and then to be able to get over 15,000 views in a matter of about 5-6 days, and the votes that were coming in was just unbelievable. It was really crazy.
You know, Friday Night Lights in Texas, that's big. And I think even bigger is a chance for the community to support somebody right here, one of our own. And I think that in addition to your fantastic photography work, the fact that we like supporting our friends and neighbors in Central Texas was a huge deal for watching your posts go viral, essentially, on the internet.
That was pretty crazy. I've heard of other photographers and other artists and whatnot, you know, some posts going viral and stuff like that. But I guess now that you mention it, it really did. It did go viral with that many views over that amount of time. Just to highlight our community, highlight our team, the Temple Wildcats, you know, the football program there, everything that's going on there with them. It's just unbelievable, the exposure that we've gotten in the last few days, last few weeks.
Joe, we're going to create kind of a montage of a couple of your pictures here that you had sent to us in advance. And of the ones that you sent, were there a couple that were special to you that maybe you could talk a little bit about today?
Yeah, in particular, of course, the winning photo, that was just a shot that I saw, you know, the background was where it needed to be, and the sun was setting, and game was about to kick off, and so I just snapped that shot, and it just came out to what it was, just unbelievable.
Oh, perfect.
One of the best shots that I really like, though, is that last-second field goal by our very own Cole Martin at last year, or 2 years ago, at one of our playoff games with just the time expiring, and I just happened to be at the right place to capture that shot, and it was just unbelievable. Just
tell us a little about the storm cloud photo that you included from 2015.
Yeah, that was a shot that I took. I was on the way home from work that day, and some storms were moving in, and they were coming in from the north. I went ahead and snapped that shot actually at the corner of Lavandusky and the Loop here in Temple,
okay,
facing towards the southwest. And took it home and pulled it up on my big screen, and that was just an unbelievable shot right there. I don't print, you know, it's funny as a photographer, I don't print hardly any of my pictures, and I know it's crazy.
Wow.
However, this one shot, I showed it to a really good friend of ours, and she really loved it. She had just built a new house, and she said, I want that hanging in my house.
How about that? That's got to feel great.
So that felt really good. So that one is hanging in our friend's house in Morgan's Point, yeah.
How about Xtreme Cheer? Can you tell us about that photo?
Xtreme Cheer, we've been a part of Xtreme Cheer since my daughter, who is now a junior at UT,
okay,
she grew up with Xtreme Cheer, her whole competitive cheer career. So we've known Bridget Wiley for many, many years. The one thing that really amazes me a lot about Xtreme is the heart of gold that those coaches have, especially Bridget Wiley, fielding a team of nothing but special needs kids. And
yes,
that's one of my favorite shots there of that team from a few years ago. Those kids are unbelievable. They just light you up when they hit the mat.
Joe, you do such fantastic work for most of us now walking around with smartphones. We're all amateur photographers, but certainly not on your level with some of the fantastic photos that people can see with this interview today. But for people who want to get involved in what you're doing, tell us a little bit about how you got to where you are today and how you ended up Photographer of the Year for Friday Night Football magazine.
It's actually a funny story. I owe all that to my daughter, as a matter of fact, because she was a 4-year cheerleader for Temple High. And many years ago, I got a camera, and for this purpose of just documenting her years through Temple High
Sure.
Cheer, And so I was on the sidelines getting pictures of her and the other cheerleaders and whatnot. And then I found myself spending more and more time with my lens on the field getting pictures of the players. The coaches got wind of that, saw the pictures. They loved them. They said, hey, how about you just do this every Friday night? And that was, Coach Mike Spradlin, who's no longer with us. So Coach Spradlin invited me out there, started doing that for them. Next thing you know, they're using the photos that I take. They're starting to use them for all their marketing and publications and whatnot. And they've actually taken a lot of my pictures from over the years and made them into vinyl wraps and actually wrapped the locker rooms for the varsity players with all their pictures. So whenever you go to Temple High and you go to the varsity locker rooms, all the window wraps, the door wraps, those are all photos that I took over the past few years. So that was pretty special. Very humbling to see that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Olivares, a name to know in Central Texas. Fantastic work, sir, and thanks so much for letting us share it and talk to you some today about your special work.
Thank you guys very much. Thank you for the service that you all do for the community and highlighting the local artists and local talent. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joe.